Hola, hola, bienvenidos. What's good? Hi friends, as you guys can see from the titulo, today we're doing Pan Those Eyeshadows update number 9. Love potion number 9. So I have 4 shadows as always, you guys. I just recently did a poll on my channel, my, what is it called? Community tab. Wanted to see if you guys wanted to see something different as far as panning eyeshadows or continue this project pan. You guys seem to really love this project pan. I'm not mad at it, you guys. I'm not mad at it. So it looks like this one might be coming back next year and not being switched out for a different one. So thank you guys always for putting in your 2 cents when I ask for it. So I have my 4 shades here. You guys know 3 come from a palette, 1 comes as a single to be able to rotate through my singles. And I've been doing a really good job. I really like that rule because I even get to dabble into my Z palettes of singles because that is a double dipping in a sense in this project pan, but that's okay with me. So let's get into the update if you're interested. Okay, so if you watched last update, I had a full refresh, not on purpose, but by accident. But I still would have had, I think, a full refresh if that did not happen to me last month. I will link that up in the iCards if you're interested in hearing about what happened. So we have all 4 new shades, and I did quite a bit of progress this month. Some shades were rather easy for me to use, so it wasn't such a big deal. So let's start out with the Nomad. This was rolled in. This is the Paradise Islands palette. I had used a Nomad palette before, like I have had one in this project pan, but it was an older palette, older formula. They have now updated their formula, and you could definitely tell. Now that I'm panning this, I could definitely tell a difference with the one that I panned before and now this one. So the color that I brought in was called Turtle, which is so wonderful. That's one of my favorite animals. So I rolled this in last update, obviously, and there was no use on it in this project pan. I have used this palette, but not a lot. So it did have some usage in it. So as you guys can see now, I have a nice dip going on in here. This is a little nice of a crater. Really, really pretty shade. I have really been enjoying it. I've used this 15 times, you guys. 15 times I've used it. How I use it is I grab a flat shader brush and I mix it in with a different shadow that was in this project pan, and I always use it as a base. I did use this in a Get Ready With Me last month. So you guys kind of got a little bit of an idea. I didn't put this all over my lid. I kind of like concentrated it on the outer part of my V, and it mixed with other shades. I mixed it in with a gold, I mixed it in with a burgundy, mixed it in with a duochrome. I mixed it in with different shades, and it would give like this subtle greenish hue to every eye look that I have. So it's really pretty. So I haven't met my goal of pan or 23 uses yet. So this is staying in. I don't think I will hit pan. Now, panning this shadow compared to the one that I did pan. The last one that I did pan was so easy. It was a lot more powder kick up, a lot looser and easier to hit pan on. This one is a lot harder to hit pan on, so I don't think I will hit pan. I have less than 10 uses left on this shadow, and I think that I will be there, but not quite, and I'm okay with that. Now that we're in October, this is a good color to continue to pan. So this one is staying in because I'm not done my usage goal, and I don't predict hitting pan on that one. I honestly don't think I will. Then we rolled in this one, ColourPop, the letter B. This is the, it's all entailed of single shadows. I rolled in the shade called Sidetracked. Did I just show you guys what it looked like? So I will put up where it is, brand new, never used before. And now as you guys can see, you can definitely tell I use this. Now I use this with a fluffy brush and I used it all over my crease. I used it 23 uses. Every look that I did, this was the first shadow I reached for. It was really pretty. It does have sparkle to it. I don't know if the camera will be able to pick that up, but it didn't show on my eyes. It was used as a transition shade and it was not super in my face, so it didn't pull my look either too orangey warm, which I was thinking it may have done, but it actually did not. It worked really well with any look that I did. Anything that I was reaching for, testing out, playing around with, this was the first shadow that I reached for, and I was able to hit my 23 uses. We all know ColourPop is very hard to hit pan on, especially those that come in this single format. It's just very difficult. And there was no way I was going to hit pan with the very loose brush that I was using just to put it into my crease. So that's why you see a lot of powder kick up around it, because that's all that I did. I would bounce my brush in there and then put it on my crease. So 23 uses this did get, so this is going to get rolled out. Now let's talk about this single. This single in Bodyography Caviar. Now this did get used prior to me bringing it into this project pan. Had very fun and creative ways of using this because this is a very dark base, but I was able to find ways to make it fun. So I'll show you what it looked like before, and you're not going to see much of a difference because I had to use the smallest bit of this product in order for it to not overtake my whole entire look. So this is what it's looking like now. You guys can clearly see that it was used. Like, I did use the crap out of this. I was able to hit my 23 uses because I mainly use this 2 different ways. I used it the same way that I used the green shadow, where I put it, this one was really on my outer V. I would diffuse it out so then the sparkle wouldn't be so much. And I mean, like, I would use my finger and just go like this. And that was more than plenty, you guys. Like, that is more than plenty. You guys can clearly see. More than plenty. I didn't need to use that much. And then I would blend it out and then put a shadow on top of it to make it more vibrant. Either I used it that way or I used it as an eyeliner just on the outer part of my look, just to deepen it out and make it look a little bit more fun with the little sparkle going on. I was able to use this 23 times. I did use this once with this as my base and then this green shadow on top of it. So pretty together. So pretty. It was like this darkened, see how you could see like it has a deepened base to it because of this. It was so pretty. I really did like it. So I did use that once just to play around with it and kind of get like a smoky green eye. On those days that it was all rainy and nonstop, that's what I did. So I was able to use this 23 times so I can roll this out as well. And last but not least, we rolled in this palette. This was the ColourPop Ticket to Dreamland palette. This was a holiday release, I believe last year at Ulta. I rolled in the color Step Right Up, which was this gold flaky shadow. It was more of a topper. It was not it's not really that pressed glitter, but it's not really a super shock shadow. It was like a mixture of both. I don't know how to describe it. So my goal was obviously to hit pan on it. I'll show you what it looked like because it was brand new. This whole palette was brand new, but I got a lot of use out of this palette. And as you guys can see, I was able to hit pan on there. Can you guys see that pan? I used it with my fingers. I used it a total of 8 uses in order to hit pan on this. This was not that hard to hit pan on it. So I was able to use it in 8 uses. And let me tell you, after I was done using this one, I missed it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I actually missed it. This is such a pretty topper. Any look that I did that I felt like the shadows were lackluster or they didn't give me that vavoom that I really wanted, I would just grab a little bit and top it, just like bounce it on my eyes, and it would give this sparkle and it would last all day. I didn't have to put a glitter glue under it because it has like this emollient tacky base to it. So it worked out well in that sense, and it really didn't show up this gold because I was using it sparingly and like as a dabbing motion and not so much of like grabbing it and like swiping it across my eyelid. Very beautiful shadow. I did not expect to like it as much as I did, and it was very pretty. I topped it on top of this one as well. Very pretty palette. I really do like this palette. It's a really nice palette. So I did get use out of it too because this palette was brand new and I was able to use it a few times in look and I really enjoyed it. So I have a pan. I have a new pan. That's right. So I could put that on my percentage of there. So I'm going to roll this out because I was able to hit my pan goal on this one. Okay, so what does that mean? So we are keeping this palette in here for an additional about like 9 more uses. Well, how many uses do I have left? No, 8 more uses. And this should be rolled out. Again, I don't think I'll hit pan on them, but this is staying in. So that means I will be rolling in 2 palettes and 1 single. But before I go ahead and do that, you know what time it is. Let's roll all the color stories of this year. guys, so we're going to go ahead and roll in our shadow palettes. So two palettes. So let's get started. Sydney Grace number 3. So that is a Z palette full of singles from Sydney Grace. That's our first palette. Let's see what our second one is. Oh, Lord. Natasha Denona Glam Face Palette, the light version. So let me pull those, or before I do, let's go ahead and do our singles. We have one single to roll in. ColourPop 3rd Street. That might be a Super Shock shadow. I don't know. So, all right, I'm going to pull all these items in, and then we are going to see what shadow we will be panning from those two palettes. All right, you guys, so let's start out with the easy one. That is our single. It is a Super Shock shadow in the colored 3rd Street. It's an ultra glitter, and it has never been used. So this is what this looks like right here. It is completely brand new. Never been used, obviously 23 uses or pan. My goal is to try to swirl around it and not necessarily dig in the center to see if I can hit pan on it. Oh, this is beautiful. It's like a shifting gold shade. Can you see that? It's really pretty. And this is our Nomad in Turtle. So those two shades. So this is going to be beautiful to top on things. I'm looking forward to that. And I did bring in my Super Shocks into my spreadsheet just because I haven't been touching them, and it does have like a pan to hit. So this is why I brought these in as singles. So these two are the next one. Now, here is our Z palette for Sydney Grace. You can see that it does say the number 3 right there. So this is what it's looking like, and this is perfect for the fall season, fall into winter. This is just an array of different ones. These are their expensive duochromes in here. So I'm actually excited to see what I am gonna get. Let's see what we get. $26. Okay, so we have 7, 14, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. What number did I get? I don't remember. 26. So 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, which is this shadow right here. That is called, it's like one of their shifting shades. I don't think this exists anymore, but I have used it. Fairy Wings. Oh, that is so pretty. Oh my gosh. I am so excited for this month. Oh, this is pretty. I'm digging that. Look at that. Wow. That is so pretty, you guys. Oh my goodness. Look at that. I'm so excited. I'm going to look like a pretty fairy kind of person. So that's the shade we're rolling in. And last but not least, the palette that really doesn't go with anything else, but we're going to try it. It is the Natasha Denona Face Palette in Light. I am not going to count these. I'm just going to count the 5 shades at the bottom as a quint. And let's see what number we get. Two. Oh, okay. Called Transition, which is this shadow right here. Simple Matte Transition. It looks exactly like the thing I just rolled out from ColourPop. So this is our color story right here, you guys. What? All right, you guys. I am actually very, very thrilled for this month. I really, really am. So this green one, I really do think I'm just going to roll it out and not hit pan on it. Super Shock will be so much fun to use because I can use that as a topper. This fairy shade is just going to be so much fun to wear because I haven't been playing around with these kind of shades lately. And even though we're in the oranges and greens and burnt stuff right now, I am needing a change. I'm excited to do something different, and that's going to be a lot of fun to transition into the winter time. So I might even hold off on using this one too much to bring it into November. I think November will be a lot of fun to use it. And then obviously this transition shade, I have a feeling, this transition shade, I have a feeling will be rolled out as well. I think that My 3 contenders will be the green, Super Shock, and the transition shade. I think that those 3 are going to be the top 3 that I'm going to use, and then use the fairy wings sparingly just so then I can enjoy it in the month of November as well. So what do you guys think? I feel like this is the first time we get a color story like this, because I feel like I'm getting either all warm, all cool, all subtle, all browns, all one tone of family, and this is the first time where it's like really, really different, really fun. All right, you guys, I'm digging this. All right, you guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I will put more videos on the screen for your enjoyment. Until then,